All right. Thank you. My name is Oyebanji Akins, and this is CTDAmongBlacks. For you that might be joining us on this wonderful occasion, I have some wonderful men with me in the house, and we're doing an audio version like we've been trying to bring some new ideas into our podcast. And I have with me today, I have Prince Adi. For most of you that might be listening to us, I'm sure you might have seen his face and hear his voice. But I have another special somebody with me today that I'm definitely sure you haven't heard his voice, but he's been a very close friend and he's been a mentor in different things in my life personally. And it's a privilege I'm dragging him down to join us on CTDAmongBlacks podcast. And his name is no other person than Mr. Real One. So, Mr. Real One, would you like to say one word to our audience, please?
Um, Thank you for giving me this opportunity to be part of this podcast. Like he has rightly said, we've been a great friend, a great brother to one another, and we've been mentoring each other. So it's an honor and privilege to be part of this broadcast today. So my name is Real One for some of you who is willing, who is speaking, and let's roll.
Oh yeah, and we don't have that person that haven't allowed him to talk, which I'm about to allow him. He's about to give us all the intro. He's from San Antonio. For everybody that knows him, Prince Ade. Would you like to say one or two words?
Yo. My name is Oyewole Adebayo, all the way from San Antonio. They call me Akoni Elekmomeji. You can call me Prince Hardey. Feel it?
Thank you very much. And the topic we're going to be talking today is being a man and a husband in Nigeria versus when you move to abroad. But we're going to be basically sharing our experience because we're in the United States, Houston precisely, Texas, and having these wonderful men, having their own personal experience. We just want to share views, and hopefully wherever you might be listening to us, in the home, in the house, in the gym, in the church, at workplace, I hope you'll be able to, pick something from their personal experience and hopefully change how you see things, especially for people back home trying to move to United States. And I will be asking really one first, like, how has it been, what you've known before you moved to United States as a man and being a father now and being a husband and now that you're United States, but what has been your experience? Can you share some view that you think, is it the same thing or is a lot of difference?
Oh, thank you for asking me these great questions. It's something, and especially some of my friends back home will be having a great conversation about. But I've been opportune and I've had a privilege to live in United States, contrary to Nigeria. So I have experience in both United States and in Nigeria, and I know what it entails to be a husband and a father, both in Nigeria and United States, compared to someone who is still down there in Nigeria. So here in America, it's so demanding in the real sense. Whatever job you're doing, you have to definitely do it. Like if you have, say for instance, you have a job who is required to work 8 hours a day, or you have to meet up 40 to 50 hours, you have to justify that hours. Compared to coming from Nigeria. Before coming down to America, I work in the banking industry. It's so demanding too over there, but it's not as demanding as here in America. And being a father and be a great dad, America is so structured such a way whatever you're doing, you have to justify it. Justify in the sense that paying bills, taking care of everything. You have to pay for everything. And they said survivor is the fittest. That's what they say. So this is the definition of survivor of the fittest. Every single penny you hand here in America, you have to justify for it. Justify when it comes to bills, paying your rent, everything right here in America, you pay monthly. It's monthly. There is no bi-monthly. Monthly, you pay your rent, you pay your bills, light bill, water bill. Tell me, how are you going to survive? How are you going to survive without working in this country? How are you going to survive? So you work, you justify the payment, you justify the means of the income. And here in America too, you don't have no help. You have a lot of help back home in terms of mom, dad, brothers, siblings. Here is just you, your wife, and your kids. And you have to balance between the time of work and the time of the kids. I mean, if the kids are going to school right here, I mean, once they say 3:30 is the pickup, you dare not miss it.
Wow.
A minute or 2 minutes or 5 minutes after, come on, the next minute they call CPS on you.
For
like
real?
you have not been a responsible parent. So you have to balance between the work and the time for your family. And at the same time too, so we have this structure in America that working. I mean, some of us from where we come from, I mean, we have a good job, such a way we can handle the bills by ourselves. But despite the fact of the income, and like I said, it's so demanding such a way you definitely need the help from your partner. That's why we have a partner here. The partner will help financially in paying out some bills, because when we say the bills is outrageous, it's outrageous. Nigeria, God bless Nigeria, man. Where we come from, your rent, it's yearly.
Conveniently, man can just take over the bills.
I mean,
You
your
can
rent,
use the money to slap your wife.
your rent, you pay it 1 year, you wait till another year again. Tell me what else? The NEPA bill, you can handle that. But right here, it's so demanding here in America, based on my experience, than coming from Nigeria.
All right. Thank you very much for that. From the last thing you said is where I'm going to be asking Prince Hardey about what he said last time. What is your take about sharing the bills as a man? In Nigeria, most of the bills that we know, men take all the bills, man. You give your wife to go and cook and do all those things without not being stressed. And for you being here, what has been your experience, in terms of being a man and seeing to the fact that, okay, my bills and my responsibility and this. So, Prince Hardey, I would like to hear your own view, just in, not to, hit the point without not really trying to drag it. Thank you very much.
Yeah, personally, I'll tell you that this is a two different setup that we're looking at. In Nigeria, it's a different scenario. In America, it's a different scenario. First of all, when we're talking about American system, how was it designed? American system is not designed for a single person. In fact, I got to know of recent that America was not designed for married, for like a marriage system or something. It's actually cohabitation and partnership. That's why you see a lot of them that grew up, that were born and everything in this country. That's why you see them, once they are dating, they're moving together. Because at that point in time, they start sharing bills, they start doing things. They don't need to tell you in this system that you need to be responsible to pay bills with your partner and share bills with them. It's some of the immigrants that came into this country that started doing, we hang out, don't worry, one person will take care of the bill. Normally the system is they share the check straight up. What you hurt is what you're gonna pay for. It's a different ball game in Nigeria, because Nigerian system is another system entirely. We have so much ego in men that we want to be responsible, and with the way system is being designed in American culture, way back, we believe the woman is just like a support system. So majorly the financial aspect of the house and everything comes from the man, because we take so much pride and ego in such responsibilities. So it's a two different ball game. Right here in America, I don't feel it's a bad thing to share bills. But I mean, a man should still be a man. Because even in this system, I mean, majorly most times, the wife even always get more income than the man. That's what I believe from my own perspective anyways. And I believe that even if the wife is getting more income than your husband and everything, the man should still be responsible, wake up, go to work, be a father in the house, be a good husband, be everything good you could be around your partner. So that life can be easy for you. You understand what I'm saying, right? So I feel like sharing bill in America is not a big deal. It's in fact it makes life easy for both of you, because when you start sharing things like that, you get time to plan, you get to pay all your bills out, and you get time to save as a family. And when you start,
standard.
yeah, it's just exactly, it's just a standard here unlike being in Nigeria?
So thank you very much. I think you guys have been able to break it down for anybody that doesn't understand. But now I want your own personal experience, and when I say personal experience, I'm saying in the side of the mental state. How have you been able to adjust to this? Let's say you know the difference now. How was the journey for you adjusting to the American system without not losing who we are? Because you said one word saying, Nigerian, we have this ego in us that we have to take all the bills. So how have you been able to rationalize your mind and being able to adjust to the system where you blend not to allow the old Nigerian in you to take hold? And how do you interpret it to your woman that have always known you that you're supposed to take all the responsibilities? I will ask really one, was it a smooth conversation in the home? Was it something both you and your wife has to sit down and understand the philosophy of how things are being done here? Because I realize now a lot of Africans, I would say Nigerian precisely, are going through a lot in adjusting that part. I've seen a lot of friends that are people that they still take all the responsibilities, and to them it's fine. But sometimes you look at them, you realize that they're being drained because of how they feel like this is how it should go. So for you, and I feel like if you can share your own view, the mental part, how was that journey for you? How do you call yourself into the okay, I have to change this? Because you said everything is, you have to justify it from what you said earlier on. So how were you able to justify yourself in your home to the level where thank God for everything, that your home is wonderful and everything is still going well? How were you able to do that? Because there's a lot of people right here outside in America, they don't understand it. They haven't adjusted. Some women haven't even understand that you can't just expect your man to be the one to take all the bills. So if you don't mind, in a short form, can you give me your own how, if you want to talk to somebody, let me put it that way, how would you advise them? And when it comes to the mental part about it, being a man and being able to be humble yourself to realize, okay, I had to start calling my wife and said, we have to share this.
Okay, thanks for asking me that question. First of all, let me first talk about the single guys who are living singly, paying bills on their own without no family. I don't envy those guys, man. It's a great job. You know what it means to be by yourself and be paying all the bills. You guys are doing a great job. So talking about the mental stable and having a family, like I said, it's a great work, and it's a great communication between you and your family. So, from what you said earlier on, talking about the mentality of where we come from in Africa, we believe we all pays the bill, like men pays the bill from.
That's
so
true.
We still have that mentality. It never goes away. Like we believe man is the head of the household. Yes, he's still head of the household. So living in America and with my partner, it's something I've been doing right from day one, paying most of the bill. But I have a great wife who is really understanding and who is really supportive, So I remember one time, we were having a conversation. So she was like, okay, this money, how are we going to pay this money? I was like, oh, you have my credit card. Pay the money through my credit card. So apart from the major bills, don't get it twisted. Apart from the major bills, you see all those petty deals for the kids, for the household. Those stuff cost a lot of money. No, even though you as a father paying the entire bills and you feel like your wife or your partner is not doing nothing, that's a whole lot of mistakes. Because when they go out to buy foodstuff, to buy clothing, those little things, and they send you the bill, especially right now that things is really outrageous. You see they come back home, a bill of $800 for foodstuff.
Yep, that's true.
Foodstuff. So tell me, $800 and you do that like twice in a month.
Dang, bro.
That's not even buy clothing for kids. That is not even all those petty things. So when you as a man think, oh, you are paying the whole thing and you are the man of, you are flexing your move, no. So it's a lot of communication and a lot of understanding, because I did that, but my wife, it's really supportive. I mean,
So you've
putting
been
in.
blessed to have a wife
Oh,
that is
yeah.
supportive, and
So,
that's the main thing.
It's a lot of blessing for me. And I mean, to people out there, I mean, I see a lot of stuff going on in this country. I mean, men going head to head with women. We don't necessarily have to do that. We don't. All we
As
got
an
to
African
do
that know
as an
better.
African, all we got to do is just sit in the table,
Have a conversation.
have a conversation. Talked about, okay, you want to pick up the, okay, I'll pick up the bills. Okay, that's cool. You want to assist me in this area? Okay, I will assist you. It's just in communication which both parts. That's how things will be going on well. I mean, you've known me for a while. I mean, every day I give glory to God, man.
Yeah.
The little one I'm getting, I always be appreciative to God, and it's not much, but guess what? I'm not lacking.
Like you always say, "Erundupe isheko lowo alubarika loju."
Exactly.
So personally, I would tell you that why I feel like those things, skirmishes happen in the marriage, is because of the motives, why the motive behind the relationship.
Absolutely.
That is that's some of the reasons why they have those clashes, because a lot of people, their intention for being in that relationship is quite different from
Right.
You got it right, because your motives and your wife's motives, they match.
Absolutely.
You understand? So then it's not even just about understanding woman. If my motives are not right towards you, and
They will
your
never
partner,
work.
It will never work. That's why.
True. That's
You understand what I'm saying, right? So that most of the time is not about, some people don't want sit down face to face talk. They just don't want to. They don't even want that conversation to come up, because they're not ready to compromise.
Absolutely.
You understand? So
Absolutely.
I don't feel. I feel like it's more of your intentions and your motives.
So this issue, I mean, we only had the conversation one time between my wife. So since then, I've not even talked about it anymore. The reason being is, ever since I've seen the expense for the food stuff and the kids' clothing, I'm not even dragging. I'm not even looking for any equality, because guess what? If it's not equal to what I'm paying, it probably might be more or a little bit lesser. So what are we talking in the picture? So like we have said, it depends on communication in the partners and what they both want to do. If we have both a good motive, as he has rightly said, things will work out fine.
Better.
But if there is this lack of communication or lack of discretion in between both of them, that's when you will see husband like, oh no, I need to save my son money for something. The wife will like, oh no, I have to save my son money for, I can't be doing this for him, I can't be doing this for him. Come on, man, this is a small world, man. It's, I mean, the world we live in right now is just an opportunity to be alive today, to be granted this interview. How many people is thinking about that? That it's an opportunity, it's an honor to be alive today. So once people start thinking like that, I mean, life is going to come easy for them.
Thank you. Like, this is CTDAmongBlacks, and we're still live recording in Houston, Texas, and I have with me Mr. Really One and Prince Hardey for all the way from San Antonio, and I'm still Oyebanji Akins, and like my new name, you can still call me DJ MC02 Fresh. But we're here discussing about the difference being a man and a father and a husband in Nigeria than when you move to United States. The next question, I think for anybody that might be listening to us, they've touched on wonderful things, which is intention, which is justifying why you're here actually, and what is the motive of your own marriage. Are you married to come here and use your wife or your husband? Because once you have that mentality, there's going to be a big problem for you to grow and to enjoy your life. So they've been giving us some juice, which I'm really, really glad I have this wonderful people. Prince Hardey, my next question I'm going to ask you, as a man that you've been, from Nigeria, that you're here, is there been any gap? Because I'm a little bit move away from one part. How has it been with family and friends back home? Do you think how they look at you when you're home in Nigeria and now that you're in America, is there any gap in how they put responsibility to you, or they still keep up with you the same way? How has that relationship been with you, keeping up with friends and family back home?
Okay, so let me be specific about family, because friends, I don't give a F about friends, because...
Wait, what do you mean you don't give a hell about friends?
Because friends...
I'm your friend, what do you mean?
No, so it's... I said about friends. I'm not being
I'm
specific
just trying to
right
put you
now.
on the line. I
Because
know.
each
Let me let you see
each
this. I don't
year
wanna-
of my life, I reduce my cycle. I don't want to have those large kind of friends any longer. The little they have, if I'm a friend with you in the next 6 months and we're not adding value to each other, I'm gone. You know, so that's the way I see life. Now back to your question, family. I've not been seen too differently, and it's not like they're pushing any responsibility. I come from a very small family, so we're like a nuclear family, and the way we do things is just we have something to knock out in a short period of time with a time limit. What we do is who is capable to do more. So we don't do it by age or by class or something, because you might be older than me and you might not even be having a good income. I might be younger than you and I might not be having good income.
So you guys have that conversation with your family.
So yeah, because we always have meetings once in a week on WhatsApp.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and we do prayers once in a while too. You know, but what we do is this is what we need to knock out. Who has the ability to do more? Then you go first. Who can do better? Who can go next and everything, and that's how we do it. You understand what I'm saying? But even if you have like a project that we know that I can handle it alone, don't worry, everybody I'll keep you informed about it. That's how.
So
we
you
do
don't
it.
feel pressure of being in America with your family?
Not for once.
Okay, that's
Not
wonderful.
for once. Maybe because some of them are already like in UK and everything.
Oh, so you part of your own family are already in abroad?
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense.
So it's
So the
that's never been
communication
so
part was very smooth in terms of having it.
perfect.
Mr. Really One, what about you?
So let me pick from where Prince is
Hardey,
talking.
yeah.
So I mean, that was a great question. So, and personally too, I mean, family is priority, because there's this saying they say, if all chips are down, who is gonna be there for you? Your family. It's gonna, and I'm glad that I have a great family. I mean, we are talking earlier, Prince, and I told you, call my brother.
Yeah.
Give it to him. If he asks you to leave it,
Just
don't
leave
worry about it.
Just be rest assured.
That's
Yeah.
that's the
That's a
trust.
valid one though, yeah. Because I remember when you said it in a short way, like, just give it to him, don't worry about it, you're going to get money and everything.
That's the kind of family I have. So there was a time my dad called me and I was talking to my daughter one day. I called my daughter. I said, come and listen to my dad. My dad called and we spoke for about 20 to 25 minutes, and 15 minutes out of that time was a prayer. The same thing applies to my mom too. If they call me, I'll hang up, I'll call them back. So, but for the period of time we were speaking, half of the time, or it's a prayer. You know what
That
that
sounds
means?
so much like my mom.
You know what that means? That you have been a great child. My family, it's my priority. Talking about friends.
Thank you.
Talking about friends, I have a great friends that went to the same college, went to the same high school. I still keep them. I still keep those friends. So there was a point of time they are complaining, you don't call person, you don't call, you don't do this. I say, so the only way I shut them is, you've not been here, so you don't
You
understand.
will never understand how it goes.
There's no amount of explanation I can explain to you that you understand. You can't understand. So I have a great relationship with friends, but commitment, I can only commit to what I can do. But going extra mile, going out of my way, if it calls for to go out of my way, if I have this great friend that calls for to go out of my way, I will. If I don't, I'm not going to kill myself. But friends and family is priority. There is no comparison. There is no comparison in between.
I agree with him, because
You want to add him? Oh,
I want to add to it. I even have more pressure from friends than my family. I remember there was a time I was so broke. I was so broke. I was like, because maybe the way we were brought up, you must just send something to your elderly people, especially your parents, even if it's $50.
Yeah.
Send it to them, because they pray more for you.
Yep.
There was a time my mom was like, don't send that money to me. Don't send any money to me for the next 2-3 months. I don't want anything from you. Take care of yourself. But guess what? Your friends, they don't even care. They don't even know what I'm going through right here. Most of them just, especially the most annoying ones, are the ones that have never checked up on you for a long time. And you post a picture just to make you feel make yourself feel good. And the first thing is,
Send
and
the
they were going to
bill.
write an epistle to you.
Send the bill.
I'm using this medium to send a message to you all. Don't try it. You're going to learn.
Oh, bro.
Don't try it.
Okay. Brains. It's been nice having you guys, and I'm gonna be asking the last question because of our time. And the last question is, you guys have been, leaders back home. When I mean leaders, you work. Really want to work in a bank. Prince work as a director in Nigerian bureaus. Coming here and switching from Nigeria, from the level of the job you have, the amenities, drivers, government, company car, being in an AC, having people that you can send to do this, and coming to America where it's a different ball game. I won't say Americans don't appreciate or recognize a qualification. I think they recognize what you could do. Like, show me what you could do. It's not about maybe you have 5, 7, 8, 10 degrees. I'm not saying they don't, but for people coming from outside the country into this place, how was that part for you guys? And what was the experience from the level of where you sit in your AC, you drive your AC back home, and even though everything is nice in America, but then you found yourself doing some kind of odd job in some time, not which I pray, I'm glad everybody's doing fine now. But how was that experience? In a short word, for anybody back home to understand, like, how was the experience of two wonderful people having everything right? Because I know both of you have it right. You guys are a prime example of people that are doing fine before they left home. It wasn't like it was bad. Some people who live in Nigeria with a bad, they've never been even have a job that paid them some certain amount of money. When you guys left, the salary was good. It wasn't like it was bad. But it was more of like, let me move to a better place. Let me move to a greener place. I know your own story is different because we already have a section with you. But how was that part for your life? In a short word, because our time is fat to spend.
You want to go first? Go
Yes,
first.
let me go first.
Thank
so let's start from how was the journey before becoming a banker. So the whole thing, what makes America so easy, what makes it looks like we just come in here and make it right. How was the journey growing up before becoming a banker? It's just an opportunity we got that we become a banker. How was it going up? I mean, we are not born with a silver spoon.
Yep.
I remember growing up, me, my brother, my siblings, after getting up from high school, like this program high school that you go to lesson. It's called lesson.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
all this after school program, we are not opportunity to do that.
Wow.
Once you get up from school, you are going home straight.
So what do you not do?
To go and hawk, we sell yam.
For real?
Yes.
Jesus.
We leave house from 4 o'clock, then we come back home until 8 p.m. Then that 8 p.m., we go to Ileke. There is this Arabic school. That we have in our compound. That's what we're doing during the holiday, during the summer break.
Not to stop you. So you already have the hustling part in you.
Man, bro.
So even though somebody might see you working in a bank, you have a story already before you get to the bank.
I have a story before getting to the bank.
Oh, now your own story make a lot of sense.
So during the summer, we have a scheduled program. In the morning, we don't do summer program. We don't do nothing. So in the morning, you wake up, go hawk, sell yam. In the afternoon, you come back home, rest for like an hour or two. You pick up orange, go to another place. You come back in the evening, you get rice. You see, summer program is being scheduled. It has nothing to do with education. So in the meantime, we start getting back to school, opportunity to go to university, get our degree, get a job in the bank. So we already have that hustling skill before becoming a banker.
That's what helped you here.
Now getting down here, guess what I did first when I got here?
What?
So I was lobbying in this African store here to get a job when I got here. I was lobbying for a job.
From bank? Working as a banker?
I will tell you, I was lobbying to get a job, but the job is not forthcoming. They keep promising. Then I met this woman who is supplying them a beans cake, akara. So she was like, okay, I can offer you this little job to do. You know what she offered me? She asked me to come to her house and peel 10 bags of beans. Each bag is 25 pounds. Each bag is 25 pounds. You have to do 10 bags to get $100.
Oh, man.
There was never a time I was able to complete the 10 bags. All my hands are gone. You do it with your bare hand. You can't even use your feet, your bare hand. All my hands are gone. So I eventually got a job in the store. So while this story, I met this guy, he's a banker too, at the store. So what we are doing in the store, it was like, oh, I'm a bank manager. I mean, I can't do this. I said, what do you mean you're a bank manager? He said he's going back home. He said he's going back home. He's going back to. I said, bro, if you go back to Nigeria and you come back 5 years later, you're starting all over again. You started all over again. Guess what? This guy left for Nigeria with the mentality I'm a bank manager. So I don't want people to be seeing me. I'm working in the African store. So, I mean, after so many years, I saw this guy again, back to square one again. You know? So, but this rough road of my coming up makes everything so easy for me. So I can remember a number of times I've drove from Houston to Dallas. 3 times
mentally
a day,
you're ready.
I'm ready, regardless of the nature of the job.
That's why they say respect people's stories sometimes. Don't just look at them from what you see.
Regardless of the job I have here, man, the struggle back home is real. So anything I pick up here, it's just a plus.
Thank you very much for that. Prince Adi, what would you like to say to?
Yeah, quickly, I know our time is gone, but I'm going to try to make it very short. So you can imagine a trade marketing manager all the way from an FMCG company in Nigeria with a new Nissan Rogue, with a driver.
Living on fleek, man.
On fleek, man. My salary every month, at least I must go on with like 550, 600 every month after donation and every other thing. So, anyways, I've always had the spirit of struggle because my dad died at my early stage while I was almost done with high school. And and it got to a stage I told my mom, because she was the only one taking care of 5 kids. And I was like, you know what?
Dang.
I'm an instrumentalist. So I travel all the way from Ogbomoso every weekend to go and play drums in Lagos.
You're still playing drums to date now.
Yeah, I mean,
don't make you feel like you don't play.
So I
don't play.
Don't play.
Prince Adi, don't play.
You gonna learn. You gonna learn. So you won't believe that I travel just for 5,000 monthly from Ogbomoso to Lagos every weekend just because of 5,000. So I've been doing that from like my 300 level till I even graduated. After graduating, I was still hustling. So I still have that spirit of hustling in me, you know. So when I was coming to US, I already told myself I'm giving myself the first 2 years and 2.5 years to struggle. So I already know that. So when I got here, even though I came in on a platter of gold, a bit, I thought I'm gonna have
your own story.
we've
got an episode from you.
So I thought I'm gonna have a soft landing, but guess what? When your woman told you, hey, I have student loan, is about 44,000, you're gonna have to pay that. So I already know this is a struggling mode. Mm-hmm. The first job I got, I always earned $33 for 13 hours.
What?
Yeah, for 13 crazy hours.
$33.
Yeah, $33, and I'm gonna use $21 out of it to take Uber back home.
What?
Yeah. So, and I work 4 days in a week. You resume 10, you close 11. You wash plates, you mop the floor, you sweep the floor, you serve, you cook, you wash plates. The first week, all my fingers were like as if I have infections because the soap was so strong and it was just peeling me off. What I'm trying to say is, if you're trying to migrate from Nigeria to any other country, please don't ever think it's going to be easy. In fact, you need to have that spirit. The first thing you need to remove from yourself is self-entitlement. Take that shit away from your mind.
Right?
You are not entitled to anything. You are coming here to hustle. In fact, it's even harder than in Nigeria, but a lot of people will not understand until you cross the Atlantic Ocean. In fact, the matter of when you're saying you work too hard and they'll be like, oh, you're not calling back, you're not doing anything. You won't even understand from Nigeria. You need to get here. I did that to my ex. Anytime we're talking, I'll be like, is it that serious? 12 hours. I wake up in Lagos 6 a.m. I go to work and I don't come back till like 2 a.m. in the midnight. So what are you talking about? 12 hours. I do more than that. Bro, the hustle is real here. The mental stress, the physical stress, the everything. You know, so it's not just about the number of hours they use at work. You must have been exhausted. And the little time you have to sleep. You don't want to joke with it.
It's like the 24 hours here in America is different.
I know, right?
In addition to that, the last time my dad came here, you know, he spent some time with my brother and spent some time with me. And most of those times, the only time we got to see In the morning, if we are leaving for work, we'll still be sleeping. We just knock on the door, we greet him, we leave for work. Before we go back at night, you're already in bed. So we do that Monday to Saturday. The only time we got to see him is on Sundays. So my dad realized, oh, these guys, they are working so hard that you don't even get to see them despite living with us here. So guess what? When he got back to Nigeria, the only time he got to call us is on Sundays. Because he know these guys, they work Monday to Saturday. So you don't even get to see us like even during the day. But he's been here. He understands the program. He understands the process. So that's why there's no amount of explanation to anyone back home. This is the reason, this is the this is the that. You can't explain nothing. They just have to be here to witness it.
All right. Thank you very much. I didn't know we are going to take it this long, but it's been very, very informative. It's educative. Is a wide range of conversation we have from this wonderful men of honor that we have on CTD Among Blacks today. And for you that are out there that you might be listening, which I hope you listen to this particular section, I hope you've been able to get a lot of information from them, sharing their own personal life, telling their own story, their own version, not for you to judge them, but for you to pity them, but for the fact that still right moment where we are right now, they're still hustling. They are not giving up. They are not saying, I've attained this level and I don't have to do this. They're still being open to want to learn more. So wherever you might be as a Nigerian, maybe in the United States, maybe in the UK, maybe in Amsterdam, maybe in Australia, anywhere you might be, the goal is for you not to feel entitled. And again, like they said from the beginning, what is your intention? What is the purpose? How do you want to justify yourself?
I'm ready to hustle.
And for people back home,
in a legit way, anyways.
Have this mind of having in mind of saying people that your family that are outside the country are not just being easy how you might think it is. For anything they might give to you, please value it and honor it and pray for them, because being outside the country mentally is draining, because you're coming to a country you don't even know how things are being done. So thank you. It's been an honor having you, really one with us on this particular episode. And Prince Hardey, it's been wonderful having you too. And I remain Oyebanji Akins. You can always reach out to us on CTDAmongBlacks@gmail.com for any sponsorship, for any story you'd like us to share. And check our website, www.CTDAmongBlacks. And our Instagram, our YouTube, our Spotify still remain the same name, CTD Among Blacks. Until the next episode, stay blessed, stay happy, and don't remove that subscribe. Since you're already subscribed, stay with us. And let's see you next week. Thank you very much. And stay blessed. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having us today, man.
Thank you very much. This has been wonderful, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Y'all already give me something different. This is CTD Among Blacks. We're bridging the gap.